Hey guys, it's FIERCEMF. I'm coming to you with a brow lamination video. I know there's a ton online, but I would recommend you go to an esthetician because they know about these contraindications and they know about processing time, and we learn about the skin, hair, nails, etc. The anatomy of such. So you saw the befores, the afters, and the way afters. This is just me getting started cleaning off her brows. So you want to get rid of any dirt and debris on the brows. You can use a makeup wipe. I'm using micellar water and a cotton pad because I don't believe in makeup wipes. I don't. They break you out. Beware. Okay, so after we clean it up, I'm using this glue in order to, it's an adhesive, glue adhesive, whatever you want to call it, in order to lift up the brows. I'm really making it spiky in the front, so she doesn't really need it anywhere else. And this adhesive is from, what is it? Lash? What is it? Lash Lift? Lash Lover? You know, I'll put it in the description or I'll figure it out in 2.5 minutes and I'll let you know because I cannot think of it at the moment. So yeah, I'm lifting up the top of her brows just to make it a little more spiky, and then along the sides I'm gonna go, oh, it's Lash Stuff. Ha! I knew I'd remember at one point. It's Lash Stuff. So I'm using the Lash Stuff brow lamination and lift stuff. You can't get this unless you are an esthetician, okay? You can get a lot of stuff from Amazon, but you don't know what's in that stuff. Most of the time they're not vegetable based tints. They're not really, I have like um a keratin lotion at the end and everything so that I can make sure her brows are going to be nicely taken care of. So in this step here, this is the perming lotion, and it stays in for, it really depends. So her brows are really nice and thick and healthy. She takes really good care of her brows. Like, she puts castor oil in them. She really takes care of her brows, and she has really good grain of hair anyway, so she can do this. She's not a contraindication whatsoever. So we keep it in for the allotted time. Again, it just depends on the person's brows. If they have very fine brows, you do not want to keep it on for a long time. If they have thin brows, you do not want to keep it on for a long time. And Lash Stuff is very gentle at that, so can't really mess it up, unless you're not an SC. So after I do that, I'm just combing the brows up and out the way that I want them. It's important to maintain the shape. I'm going to put saran wrap over top of them to help with the processing time. That way, it just helps it, move a little bit faster. And also the purpose of the perming lotion is to straighten the hairs and make them more manageable. That's why people get these brow lifts / laminations.
Ma'am, get down. And you're messing up our video. What if she was in there, like, in the video?
I can't wait to see if she made it in the video. That was my dog Nala. She loves Lila so much. Lila's also an esthetician, you guys. She knows how to do these brow laminations as well. So hit her up. She will help you out. So now I'm taking off the saran wrap and still brushing up the brows. We want to maintain that shape. We want to maintain what we're going for throughout the whole process. So it's all about kind of being a perfectionist and keeping the shape together. Okay. And then next, after I brush it up, I'm gonna wipe it off. Oh, I'm still brushing. Again, you just want to make sure it keeps the shape. We're not going for anything dramatic. If anything, we want us like Instagram cute brows, but not like the big fluffy brows. Kind of fluffy in the start, but nice and shapely at the end of it. So you take a dry Q-tip, you get it off. You wipe it off really good because you don't want to leave any of that perming solution in there because it's just literally, it's not good to stay on your skin for that long. After we do that, we're going to get a neutralizer, and Lash Stuff's neutralizer is like this pink color. And both of these products smell terribly, putrid. And so you put the neutralizer everywhere. You can get this a little bit lower on the skin because it's going to help get that perm up. It's going to neutralize the perm. So that is what we did here on both brows, as you see. Just taking our time. Again, the neutralizer part, you can get this all over. If anything, it's getting the perm up. Maybe put it a little bit lower, a little higher. Just get it off, okay? And with the lash stuff, like every solution is pretty like good. Like it's very sensitive and it's not very harmful. Saran wrap it, put it on for the allotted time. Again, it depends on the person's natural brow growth. Take it off and then again brush it up and out. Get the solution out of their brows completely. As you see, the brows are starting to look really nice already because we basically have done what we need to have done. But since we're extra, we're going in with a tint. So to prepare for this tint, I like to do a Vaseline outline underneath the brow. Vaseline is going to help you make sure the tint doesn't go where it doesn't need to be. You don't want to tint someone's entire face because it is a tint. It can do a lot. So I'm putting it everywhere that I want it to go, or everywhere I don't want the tint to go, actually. And I'm going to do this for both brows. This is actually a good tip as well if you're going to be waxing your client.
This brow is going to begin. So you're going to make a vertical line at the point in which you want your wax start. And that for most people is going to be somewhere around the spot where the inner corner of their eye meets their nose. So that can vary. It can come in a little closer or a little further out.
Like Jacob.
What your goals are, what your client's
I
goals
need
are.
no fucking stand.
I think that's Amazon. As you see, we had some bloopers. I decided to keep them in because recording is not always so easy when you have dogs. And it's not always glamorous. So I like to keep in my bloopers. So I'm putting the tint into her brow. This tint I really like because it goes pretty dark. This is the brown. I forget the name. I have two different brands that I use, but I'll put it in the description bar which one it was that I use here. So I'm just going underneath her brow, starting at the base and then bringing it up. And just being very careful because, again, this tint will stay. Ain't no taking it off once you leave it on. And yes, so I just follow the brow, tinted. She didn't really need a tint, but we wanted to be dramatic because brows should be dramatic, okay? And I did her lashes too. I don't know if you guys see them there. I did her lash extensions, but we went a little bit longer more recently because, you know, why not? Why not go longer? I always thought she looked better with a shorter lash, but she looks good with a longer lash as well. So yeah, we're going to do this on both sides. Making sure to just follow some type of shape. As you see, I'm just shaping it out the way that I want. She has hairs underneath that, but I'm going to wax them off because she don't need them. She was doing a fluffy brow for a long time, but this time we went in with fluffy, manageable, IG, shapely brows.
Can't do it. So I decided to
they look so
research
good.
it myself and figure out how
So good, so fun.
So they have processed, the tint has processed on her brows for the allotted time. Now it is time to wipe those brows off. So I started off using this, it's kind of like a gauze, but I did not like how that was working. So instead I just got micellar water on a cotton pad and wiped it off that way because it just was not happening for me the way that I wanted it to. Okay. As you see, I'm struggling here. Like, girl, pick up the cotton pad and the micellar water already. It's not working. It looks very harsh right here. Again, it blends in with her hair, but you know, it's going to fade afterwards. And once we start taking off some more and doing the wax, it'll remove some of it as well. So I got a cotton pad, as you see there, and it does the trick, okay? Don't struggle like me. Just wipe it off, wipe it off. And I was being a little gentle, but you can go a little rough to get it all off. There you go, girl. Get that off of her brows. So once you feel like you've got it all off, go back in with your mascara brush and get them shaped up. I'm actually going to go ahead and ask Lila, like pre-consult her on the trimmings. Because I want to make sure you're okay with my trimming.
Oh my gosh, they look good.
So I was going to start here and trim that.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that? You want to keep it spiky here though, right?
Yeah.
So as you see, I consulted with her, and that's really good with your client because you want to make sure you're giving them the look that they want. Yes, you're the expert. Yes, you know what looks good, but your client likes what they like, and you don't want to have them walk out there unhappy. So we, again, kept it fluffy at the top and kind of shaped the bottom for sure when we did this brow wax. They look crazy right here. Which is why she's smiling, I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, it'll be okay once we get to trimming. So what we're doing, I have these curved scissors. You can get them, I think Tweezerman is where mine are from. But yeah, you just tweeze along the sides of the brow, following the shape of like the brow bone itself. And it should be success. You want to do this before waxing. I had someone do my brows and they did a trimming after waxing and it did not turn out good. But again, we were learning and it was a mistake, and that's fine. It happens. So now I'm outlining the bottom of the brow with this concealer that I have. You really can't see it. I'm gonna get a new concealer that is like white so that you can really see the shape. But she could see it, and I wanted her to look at it before I begin to wax. So I just followed the brow underneath. Again, she likes her brows thick, so I wanted to keep the shape, but make it, you know, shape it up some. And this brow, the hairs at the bottom were a little different, so I made sure to go closer to that bottom portion as well. So yeah, just shaping it up really nicely, getting it prepared for the wax. Now the wax I'm going to be using is Satin Smooth Deluxe Cream Wax. I love this wax. It is really nice and smooth. It doesn't leave any irritation. It's beautiful, and I'm using a nice wax stick to go underneath the brow. It follows the brow perfectly. And we're just going to wax it all off, Mr. Miyagi, okay? Because we don't want those hairs anymore. They were cute. They were, but we're gone. I'm using a muslin strip to take it off. I really like these better. I feel like they give it a cleaner look. And I'm sorry about this portion of the video. You can't really see the wax, but on the other side, you will be able to see it. I'm sorry. Again, trying to do this video, it was a mess. But it did turn out successful, so I'm not mad. So on this side, you'll be able to see a little bit better how I'm going. I'm just following. I start at the bottom at first, and then I work my way up top. It is soft wax, so you can't really go over it a bunch of times. Like, you really can't. You shouldn't. If you're doing that at home, stop. You're going to irritate your skin like crazy. If it's hard wax, you can do that. But with soft wax, be careful. Stop playing. Again, just be sure you are following the brow bone and that your client likes the look of it. That's the most important thing. You want your client to like it. That's all. I think it turned out really well. I mean, I've done a lot of brow waxes before, so I expect to get to be great, and it was. And you see I pressed down after because you want to make sure you're not harming your client. So that is really it with the video. I'm just using the keratin solution that I have with Lash Stuff to just give a nice little treatment to her brows after all of this stimulation. Thank you guys so much for watching. This again was right after I put a little steam on her just for a special effect, and I did fill in her lashes, so that's why you see my lash tray there. That's a before and after, and here's some bloopers.
Move, girl.
She's like, I'll move, all right. Out of your life. Hold this for a second. This stand is honestly the worst stand ever.
I'm gonna put this over.
Yeah. Thanks.
They feel so flat.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not even gonna hurt.
It's actually really soft and gentle compared to what we're used to, so. My ass knocked the camera.
I was like, what you do, bro? Wow, this video is gonna be amazing. Oh my gosh, it's gone. I don't miss it though. It looks good.
Good.
Besides my freaking breakouts. Like,
Yo, this video is gonna be nuts. You're like, these bitches can't fucking keep
the person watching
camera
is gonna be like,
still.
honestly, I can't watch this anymore.
It's making me want to throw up. Watching these bitches panic.
I know when you ripped it and then you like press down and pull away, I was like, bitch, you gotta press down harder than that.
Yeah, I was trying to, but I wanted to save the
And then you were
camera
like,
from falling on you.
the camera was falling. And I was like, oh.